All right, let's just get right into it. This is for you, the mortgage broker who's absolutely crushing it. I'm talking six figures, deals are closing, but if you're being honest, you feel like you're constantly one step away from disaster. Like you're juggling way too many balls and one is about to drop. You're making good money, for sure, but you have this nagging feeling that you're leaving a ton more on the table, simply because the chaos is just taking over.
So, does this picture look a little familiar? Maybe too familiar? You know, you've got texts coming in from one client, another lead is buried in your email inbox, you've got a key detail scribbled on a sticky note somewhere on your desk. Oh, and what was that thing they said on that Zoom call last week? You're trying to piece it all together from like 5 different places. It's not just exhausting, it's actively costing you business.
And let's just be real for a second. Sometimes it feels exactly like this, right? You're literally losing clients, good ones, because they're buried in some massive spreadsheet or a messy notebook or, yeah, maybe even a scrap of something you wish wasn't your primary filing system. You know, deep down, these are fantastic leads, but they are just slipping right through the cracks. It's pure client leakage and it hurts.
Okay, so what is the real, tangible cost of all this chaos? Well, it all comes down to one single, horrifying moment. A moment that can absolutely vaporize a deal. And it all starts with a simple question.
Yep, it boils down to just 2 sentences. 2 sentences that will completely torpedo your credibility. The first one comes from you, and the second is the gut punch reply. It is, without a doubt, the moment every single busy broker has nightmares about.
And there it is. Hey, have we talked before? Oof. You're on the phone, you know this lead is a good one, but for the life of you, you can't place them. Your brain is just blank. So in a total moment of panic, you ask the one question you should never, ever ask. You can literally feel the air go out of the conversation.
And then comes the reply, the one that just makes your stomach hit the floor. Yeah, we talked on Friday for an hour and a half. Wow, an hour and a half. A deep, meaningful conversation, and you completely blanked on it. See, in that second, you didn't just forget a call. You told that person, you are not important to me. And just like that, the deal is dead. Gone. So, the big question is, how do we make sure that nightmare scenario never happens again? Well, the answer isn't to just try harder or to magically develop a super memory. No. The real solution is to completely change your approach. It's about automating the right part of the relationship.
Now, this is a really important distinction, so listen up. We're not talking about automating the human part. That's your magic. We're talking about automating the recording of that relationship. All the calls, the texts, every little note and detail. The system takes care of all that tedious grunt work, so you are freed up to focus on the one thing that actually matters, building real trust with real people.
So what does this actually look like for you day to day? Well, for starters, you'll have way more time to go out and build new relationships because you're not drowning trying to manage the ones you already have. That client leakage we talked about, gone. Poof. And maybe most importantly, you get to be 100% present in every single conversation because you know all the history, every single detail is right there at your fingertips. You finally get to scale your business without scaling your anxiety.
When you make this shift, it's not a small tweak. It completely transforms your client conversations. Seriously, you go from feeling that chaos and that pit in your stomach to just pure confidence.
I mean, look at this. The difference is just night and day. You go from that cringeworthy, hey, have we talked before? To, hey, John, how was your daughter's soccer game on Saturday? You remembered a tiny personal detail, but did you really remember it? No, the system did. The system remembered it for you, which lets you be the hero. It lets you be that thoughtful, on-the-ball pro that you know you are.
Okay, this all sounds great, I get it. But let's talk brass tacks. Let's talk numbers. What is the actual hard dollar value of making sure you never have that deal-killing conversation again?
So to get this entire system built for you, customized and implemented into your business, it's a one-time investment of $4,500. That's it. One time to wipe out the chaos and build a real foundation for growth.
Okay, now let's compare that $4,500 to the upside. Just one single deal that you saved from slipping through the cracks, what's that worth to you? $50,000? More? You save just one deal and you've already made a 10x return on your investment. I mean, the math here, it's not even close. It's a no-brainer.
Look, let me put it this way. You're a pro, right? You would never ever dream of trying to underwrite a massive deal on the back of a napkin. So why on earth are you running the most valuable part of your entire business, your client relationships, on the digital equivalent of toilet paper? It just doesn't make sense.
So I'll just leave you with this one last question to think about. Look at your calendar for tomorrow. Think about the calls you have scheduled. What is the actual bottom line dollar cost of your next forgotten conversation? And is that really a risk you can afford to keep taking?